What does it say for stream health where it said offline before? So you see no picture in the video box below that? Are you at the church now? Do you know if the network is firewalled at all there? It's not. They don't have any restrictions on websites that you can visit there or anything like that? Ah. Well, that's odd. You should see picture here now. It'd be possible for me to remote into your computer and take a closer look at what might be going on. Okay, have you ever used TeamViewer before? It's an application. Okay, head to teamviewer.com to download that. Should be pretty apparent there. Should be a big download button once you get there. Nice. So just so you're aware, we do close for business at 5 p.m. Pacific time here. So I'll stay on with you until we can get this going. And if we have to follow up tomorrow, I'd be happy to. Mm-hmm. Yeah, just personal is fine. Yeah. So should be on a screen now that. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Is what is your ID? All right, I'm connecting. What is the password? Okay, logging on. All right, looks like I'm in. So let's see here. So if you want to, do you mind if I kind of take control here and just have a look? Thanks. So we've got this. We've got our. Oh no! You know what? You are actually sending video out from Wirecast. So what is happening here is if we go back to Wirecast, I'll show you. So you've got two monitors up at the top here. On the left-hand side, this is a preview monitor, so you can look at what you want to queue up to go out next. And on the right, you have a live monitor. So that's what's actually going out to the internet. So you can see how you've got your thumbnails here down in the bottom part of the interface. See how they have that little green LED light next to them? And that is indicating that they're queued up in preview. To move them live, you're going to want to take a look between the preview and live output monitor. You've got two transition options, right? So you have this cut option, you have a smooth option, and then these are actually drop-down menus that give you additional transition options as well. So you want to make sure whatever transition you want to be performed is selected, and then you can hit this little arrow button, which is the go button, and that will take the image live. So if you wanted to go back to black, you could clear out your layer here, and then say you want to make it fade to black, change that to smooth, and then hit your go button, and then you'll see it'll do a nice fade to black. Yeah, so there's an auto live mode that you can work in here. So if you wanted to turn that on, basically anything you click in the bottom part of the interface will go live immediately. So you can do that, or if you're just always going to use this camera as your primary shot, and you don't even want to P- PTZ. Nice. So you're not going to be switching camera angles at all, or adding graphics or anything like that. No, no, I meant within Wirecast because you could have multiple cameras and you can pick which camera angle you want to take and like do a hard. Okay, okay. So what I would do is just save this. This is actually a project file that you're working within. So you could just open from the project file and then it will open with the video already set up, ready to go live. And if you want to remove the preview window, you even have the option to do that from the layout menu here. If you just want to show the live, you can change that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can really simplify things that way. There you go. It should, yeah, because it's going to remember that you had set it up to stream to the always available YouTube event, the Stream Now event. You may need to go back into the output settings and re-authenticate. It may prompt you to do that, but good question. You do have audio meters on the right side of the interface there, and I want to draw your attention to the two icons below it too. This little speaker icon that will mute all audio if it is deselected. If it's on, that's just that turns on or off your audio. And then this headphones next to it, that is local monitoring of your audio there too. So if you don't have headphones plugged in, you probably want to have that off. If you have them plugged in, you can turn it on. The reason I say turn it off be to not have feedback loop uh, created by having the audio be picked up by the microphone again. Oh yeah, I should go through this too. So in the bottom right corner of the thumbnail for each shot that you've brought in here, you have this change audio option here. So by default, it's going to choose the camera audio, although it looks like this camera does not have any audio that it can send. It's not picking any up. Hook to the mic in on the computer. Okay. Uh, so you're going to want to go into your, what is this? This is Windows 7, 10? What is this? Okay. Yeah, so go down to your start menu, like you can see here. And then it's going to be in control panel. So should have audio here. You may need to set this up just to make sure that it's bringing in audio through that. So it looks like it's not picking anything up right now. I mean, oftentimes what we recommend as best practice is to get an audio board that has a USB interface. That's often a lot more reliable than bringing it in through the quarter-inch jack on or not a quarter-inch jack, but a 3.5 millimeter jack on a computer. You can bring it in that way, but you have to make sure that everything is set up through your Windows properties first before Wirecast will recognize it as a source. Yeah, so it looks like you've got a microphone here. Is that it? Does that look like that's the... So, I mean, do you have anything connected to the audio board right now that it doesn't look like there's any levels coming through it? Do you play a song or something, or talking to a microphone? Or... Uh, yeah, that would be advised. Yep, still here. I don't see any levels, but nothing on the microphone there. Let's see. I just need to change something in the volume mixer. Okay. I'll tell you what. I can give you a call back tomorrow. We can work on this further. Mm-hmm. Using too much USB bandwidth. Um, yeah, that could be a problem. You would probably want to get a powered USB hub in that case and mitigate that. Because if you're using up too much USB bandwidth, um, you know, USB has to power the devices unless they're powered otherwise. So that's where you could save yourself USB bandwidth by getting a powered hub that can help you out there. Yeah, so I'd recommend trying that out. But yeah, we are past our hours here, and I'd love to stay on with you and walk through all this with you, but I have to go. Can I follow up with you tomorrow? After two, what time zone? So we're in California, so that'll be after 1 our time. Any particular time that you'd like to schedule for this? PM your time, right? 2 p.m. my time? Okay. Okay. And so Ray, what's a good contact number for you? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, 208-912-8283. Is that right? All right, great. Well, I will send you, if you want to give me an email address, I can send you an invite, and I'll give you a hit that time. Okay. All right, great. Well, yeah, sorry, you just kind of caught us right before close, so. Mhm. The key to that should be somewhere in. So you said it's connected what through 3.5 millimeter, right? Okay. And that soundboard you're working with does not have a USB interface at all. Yeah, what kind of a board is it? Oh, it's a Behringer, probably. So I can tell you that board can definitely send audio into Wirecast over USB. If you can connect it USB to USB, that can save you a lot of hassle because otherwise you're going to be messing with all this volume mixer stuff um, in Windows, and it's just kind of like yeah. So when you hook that up, Wirecast should automatically recognize that, and you'll be able to add it as a source in here. So you probably want to add it to one of the lower layers here. It should show up under your capture devices list. So it should say like Behringer or USB audio device or something like that. Um, so you can just add that, and then if it's on another layer, just make sure that it's selected to go out live. Since you have this set to auto live now, you should just be able to click on it, and then that will be your audio source that's selected. So if you just click on the actual thumbnail, so like if I add a system audio capture, for example. No, actually, I shouldn't have done it that way. Yeah, I know. So yeah, I would add it to kind of how this works. The structure of this is that backgrounds. So really, the best way to work is to have your primary video sources on this third layer. That's why we add this new shot here, just to give you kind of an indicator of where to put that. So um, so I'd probably put sound on the very lowest layer. And that way you can reserve the upper layers for if you wanted to put graphics on top of it or something like that. Um, and you may have noticed that your shot is smaller here. It looks like somehow the device size got changed here, so you can just go into the properties and change that back. You can also check to see what the canvas size is set to. It looks like it's set to 720, so you might actually want to just make sure that that's lining up here. And then that is set to 100% scale as well. There we go. That's how we want it to look. So yeah, I'd probably add sound to this fifth layer here. Yeah, so you'll just click on it, just like I clicked on this new shot to clear it out. You can get rid of this even, you don't need that. So just, yeah, once you click on it, it should, as long as it has that little red LED light next to it, then it should be live. Yep. Mm-hmm. Oh, on the, in the meters there? Yeah, it shouldn't. It doesn't look like. Well, good luck tonight, and I'll follow up with you tomorrow if you like. Yeah, I do see the audio coming through. I know what that is now that you mentioned it. It's the watermark for Wirecast. So it's going to display this watermark there until you buy the software. So you can see. Yeah, it's an audio. There's an audio watermark too. There's a woman's voice saying this is a demonstration of Wirecast. Yeah, so that's what that would be. That'll go away. Yeah. You will, but it'll be watermarked, and it'll be annoying to your viewers. Well, you can purchase it. We don't take phone orders actually, so it's all through the web anyway. You can purchase it by clicking on that purchase a license link up there, and you see how it has that buy button. So you click this buy button, and then this will take you to a checkout page. So you'll just put whichever version you want in your cart. Um, I would say since you're getting started on a very basic level, Studio 7 should be completely fine for you. People decide to go pro usually if they're doing sports production, um, and they need like there's a scoreboard in that, there's instant replay in that, and then there's some advanced types of cameras that you can bring in, so like IP cameras. Maybe you might need that if you had an IP camera, but it looks like you're set with your huddle cam here. Yes, I would recommend doing that because otherwise there is not phone support. Um, phone support you have to pay for. Yeah, and it'll get you a license key that will be emailed to you, and then you can go back into the Wirecast preferences there. You see how it has that little field for you to enter a license key into. You'll, yeah, you'll just paste that into there when you get that. Hmm. Okay. Well, you still want me to follow up with you tomorrow? Okay. Okay. Well, I will. I'll send you an invite, and I'll give you a ring tomorrow around 3 o'clock your time. All right. You're welcome, Randy. Good luck tonight.